The sky tore open above Metropolis, not with thunder or flame, but with silence. A shimmering rift hovered like a gaping wound in the cosmos, warping gravity, time, and logic itself. For a moment, all sound ceased. Then came the impact. Clark Kent was first on the scene. He hovered mid-air, cape fluttering in the strange vacuum. Below, cars idled in silence, citizens frozen in motion, eyes skyward. He felt it before he saw it, an immense pressure against his mind, foreign and intelligent. Show. Rift collapsed inward. A pulse of dark green light flared, and something struck him. Not a physical blow, but a mental torrent. Visions, calculations, ambitions, regret. Then, laughter. Cold, regal, familiar, and not. The world snapped back. The rift was gone. Clark hovered, breathing heavy though he needed no air. Something had changed. Over the next week, the world marveled at Superman's sudden transformation. Climate crises, once deemed irreversible, were solved with Kryptonian-engineered satellites. Famine? Addressed with a single speech and the rapid deployment of fusion-powered agricultural drones. War zones were pacified, their weapons disintegrated, mid-battle. And yet, there was no joy in his eyes, no gentleness in his voice. The man once called Clark now spoke with commanding precision, devoid of hesitation. He called himself Super Doom. Lois Lane watched the broadcast in silence. He stood on the steps of the United Nations, flanked by golden android sentinels, their eyes glowing like twin suns. His voice echoed not just in the room, but across frequencies, devices, and neural implants he had distributed freely. My mission has evolved. I will not let humanity flounder in chaos. You cry for freedom, yet drown in disorder. I offer you peace, perfection. Cheers erupted. So did fear. Beside her, Bruce Wayne didn't move. It's doom, he said flatly. No, she whispered. It's Clark, but buried. Then we dig. Within the Watchtower, the Justice League convened. Diana, arms crossed, stared at the holographic display of Super Doom orchestrating a planetary AI grid. He's solved more in a month than world governments have in decades. At the cost of liberty, Bruce growled. Arthur scoffed. Spoken like a surface dweller. Order is survival. Not if that order is enforced at the barrel of a solar cannon, said John Stewart. Barry shook his head. It's him. I can still see it in his eyes. He's trying to help, but something's wrong. Something was wrong. Inside the mind of Superman, a throne had formed, and on it sat Victor Von Doom. He was not fully present, not alive in the traditional sense, a fractured echo, born of cosmic fusion. But even a fragment of Doom's intellect was enough. He whispered from the shadows of Clark's psyche, stoking his doubts, sharpening his resolve. Humanity wastes your gifts, Kal-El. They beg for help, and spit on your name. You could be their god. I don't want to be a god, Clark snarled, clutching his head. You already are. Weeks passed. Cities glittered with alien tech. Disease plummeted. Crime nearly vanished. But freedom was a myth now. Surveillance drones hovered in every sky. Thought guidance algorithms preemptively corrected dangerous thinking. Super Doom called it benevolent oversight. The people mostly obeyed. Some protested. They vanished. Lois walked alone down Fifth Avenue, empty, spotless, soulless. A screen blinked to life above her. "Hello, Lois," said Super Doom. His face was flawless, expression serene. Too serene. "Come home," he continued. "I've ensured your safety. You don't have to resist. The world is better now." Tears welled in her eyes. "Clark, I know you're still in there. You have to fight him." His image flickered, just briefly. The jaw clenched. A flicker of doubt, then gone. The resistance formed in shadows. Bruce led operations from an underground network shielded from Super Doom's omniscient gaze. He called upon old allies. Strange, Zatanna, Constantine. All confirmed it. A cosmic merging. Super Doom was real. Superman and Doom interlaced, each fighting for dominance. "We must separate them," said Diana. "But how?" asked John. "They share a consciousness now. Even if we win, we may lose him." Lois stepped forward. "We don't need to beat him. We need to remind him who he is." They launched the mission during an eclipse, when solar interference masked their movements. Bruce, Diana, Barry, and Lois were teleported into the Citadel, a gleaming fortress orbiting the Earth, forged from unknown alloys and lined with Kryptonian symbology twisted into totalitarian art. The heart of it, a throne room. Super Doom awaited, clad in emerald armor infused with celestial circuitry. His cape flowed like liquid metal, eyes glowing, with fury and fire. "You violate the peace," he said. "You've imprisoned the world," Diana countered. "I have perfected it." Barry darted forward, but was slammed mid-speed into a crystalline wall. "You attack me," Super Doom said, stepping down. "You call it tyranny. I call it evolution." Bruce drew a device. "Then evolve this." He triggered it. A pulse of red sun radiation exploded through the chamber. Super Doom staggered. For a moment, only a moment, his face contorted in pain. Clark's voice slipped out. "Lois." She rushed forward past Diana's outstretched hand. "Clark, please." His eyes met hers, and for the first time in weeks she saw them. His real eyes, scared, trapped. "Help. Me!" Then Doom's voice roared. "No!" The battle was cataclysmic. Super Doom regained strength and unleashed fury. Diana met his blows head-on, blades sparking against his gauntlets. Bruce dodged lethal beams. Barry recovered, vibrating, through walls to distract him. Lois activated the neural bridge, designed by John, a psychic conduit. "Connect me," she told Bruce. "I have to go in. It could kill you. He's already dying." She entered his mind. Inside was chaos, a war zone of thought, storms of memory, towers of logic and emotion intertwined. At the center, two figures locked in battle. Clark, radiant and torn. Doom, cloaked in intellect and ego. "You are weak," Doom spat. "Bound by emotion, compassion. That's not weakness," Clark shouted. "That's humanity!" Lois stepped between them. Clark faltered. "Lois! I can't stop him!" "You don't have to," she whispered. "Just remember who you are." He turned inward, saw Ma Kent's gentle smile, Jonathan's steady hand, his first flight, his first kiss. His fists opened. Doom screamed. "You would sacrifice power for sentiment? You could reshape existence." Clark's voice thundered. "Then let it break." He grabbed Doom and pulled. In the real world, the Citadel shook. A shockwave of light burst from Super Doom's chest. The emerald armor shattered. He screamed, not in rage, but agony, as the fusion unraveled. Clark collapsed. Silence, then breathing. The aftermath was slow, painful. Clark was weakened, mind scarred. The world mourned and rejoiced. Super Doom's systems were dismantled. Nations reclaimed autonomy. Some begged for his return. Others swore to prevent another god. The League watched over him. He spoke little, but listened much. One evening, he stood with Lois on the Kent farm, eyes on the horizon. "I wanted to help," he said. "You did," she replied softly, "but not like that." He nodded. "Doom showed me what I could be, but you reminded me who I am. Absolute power doesn't always corrupt. Sometimes it seduces. It wears the face of logic, efficiency, even kindness. But beneath it lies the temptation to control." Clark Kent nearly lost himself in that promise. But in the end, he was saved. Not by strength, but by love. By memory. By connection. Superman fell. Clark rose, and Earth, flawed and free, turned toward the dawn once more.